So after what seemed like forever, but it was only like 3 weeks, my thumb for my backhoe finally came in yesterday. Let's open up the box and see what is in it, what it comes with. Should come with a thumb, right? This is from bxpanded. So this is the box it comes in. I haven't opened it yet, so this will be a surprise for everybody. Let's go ahead and open it. Actually, I think it was a little more than 3 weeks. It might have been like a month. I had wrote to him and I asked him. I had wrote to bxpanded and I asked them if it had shipped or what, and maybe they just forgot. They said they were having a hard time getting bushings material, but it was gonna ship out soon. So it was about a week and a half later, it shipped out. It's like the arm. Here's the instructions. And just like my chain video, I start making this thing and it starts raining. 2023 and their rain, it sucks. I'm over it. How many of you have a motorcycle? Did you get to ride much this year if you live in the Northeast? Because I didn't. I had so much going on when I could fit it in between rainstorms that I didn't have time to ride but like 3 times. Alright, I'm gonna get to putting this on and show you all what it looks like when it's installed and how it works. I think there's other videos of it being installed. There's other videos of it being on and people using it, but the main reason why I got it was for logs, really. Just to lift logs. Because if you have one of these backhoes here, these small backhoes, I mean, you're not, that's why I didn't buy one for a long time, the thumb, because it's not like you're moving things far enough to make a huge difference in your life. But I did think that it would be pretty helpful, handy, picking up logs, just to cut them, really. And maybe moving some rocks every now and again, if they're in the way and you're digging something, I guess. But other than that, that's why I bought it, because it'd be handy to hold up those logs while I cut them with a chainsaw, keep them out of the dirt. That's why it took me 100 years to get one. Yes, so when I set this up, one of the things, because I've had this backhoe for so long, I bent these ears that hook it, that it hooks to. So I'm gonna have to unbend those a little bit, because like I've said before, not gentle with my stuff, and I work out in the woods a lot with it, so it gets caught on branches and everything else. But I'm gonna have to, I think I'm gonna have to bend those out, and hopefully it'll go on. I'll let y'all know. I don't know, let's see. Hopefully I can bend this out. We're gonna try it with the trusty adjustable. What I'm really worried about is breaking this. What I'm really worried about is breaking this eye hole. I don't think I will though. It should be pretty strong. Just got to be careful. But it went back really easy. Much easier than I thought it would. May have to tweak it a little bit, but it's good for now. So what the instructions are telling me to do is put these two pieces together, the big and the little, and fully collapse them, put them together. This bigger one here, the thicker one, is going to go through your factory mounts here. The little one will attach to the thumb itself. That's what they're saying. They gave you pictures that were in writing, no drawings. What the? Just pretty much kidding. But it is kind of nice to have pictures. Think I can lose all these bolts and stuff for this before we even get close to having it on? Probably. Okay. Let's see if I gave myself enough room here. Oh, fits perfect. Okay. And it says to use the shorter of the two bolts that they give you for the top. It says to put a washer on the outside of the dipper stick on each side. Hopefully I'm reading that right. If I'm not, I'm sure we'll find out, because I'll wear something out. And here's my neighbor's dog. All right, so it says the next thing to do is take off the retaining pin for the most forward mounting pin on your bucket. That guy right there. And grab the old trusty hammer wrench. Somebody else do that. You just kind of use whatever tool you have to use as a hammer or a punch, and you know, probably offend a lot of people saying it's not the way to do it and you're gonna break your tools. Yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of how I roll. Okay. There it is. I bet my wrench and my extension are still going to work pretty goddamn good. Lift jaw into position. So I imagine we gotta take that one out. Oh, we are way out. Alright. Just keep in mind, I don't know how strong everybody is, but this, for these little tractors, the stuff's not that heavy. So it's not like if it swings out and you're not lined up, that you can't just lift up on stuff and get it lined back up. Now, before you run that sucker home, you might want to stick a screwdriver or something in that hole and kind of get it aligned to your pinhole here, because if you don't have it at least so the holes are showing together, then it's gonna be a pretty big nightmare. It's just not easy to, you can't really turn it once it's in there. That's what I'm saying. Something like that. Oh. And then just, I'm not even going to look at the instructions. I'm pretty sure you just put that nut that it came with, nut and bolt that it came with, right back in the hole. I wasn't like pounding on it. I was just tapping it with that hammer. So keep that in mind. If you have to pound on, especially a piece of equipment this small, if you have to pound on that pin to get it in, you're not lined up and you probably do something damage. So don't go ahead and pound on it. If it won't go, readjust, get things where they need to be, and then tap on it lightly. Alright, there's that. Alright, I think what I can do, if I'm not wrong, and I could be wrong because I've been wrong a time or 5 in my life, it's just take that sucker. Now the washer on this one goes in between the arm here and the looks like it goes in between stuff here. So okay. Yeah, so I have a big set of wrenches, or sorry, I got a big set of ratchets down in with like a 3/4 inch drive. That would be good for here because these are 1-inch bolts or something like that. 3/4 maybe. Anyway, my little set here, my little Harbor Freight set doesn't have one big enough to tighten up these, to tighten up the bolts that need tightening on here, the big ones. So I'm just going to use Mr. Trusty adjustable and a pair of channel lock pliers, and we'll call it good. It'll be okay. Don't always need the right tool. The right tool is whatever tool works, right? As far as this top hole goes, I don't think you want to tighten it down super tight so it clamps these metal ears together onto here. It wants to move a little bit. I'm pretty sure. So just tighten it down till it's tight, you know, so it's tight, it's touching. But those nuts are the Teflon nuts that lock. So if you get it tight-ish, it's not going to go anywhere. You'll be okay. Alright, so we found one thing that's weird to me, and I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to how things go. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about here. This guy here, you know, you got plenty of thread. The Teflon's in there good. It's locked up. It ain't going nowhere. This bolt down here, you're not really even into it, and that is tight as it gets. I know you want free play, but why give a Teflon lock nut there if you're not even in the Teflon lock part? I don't know. It's really strange. Maybe I got a one-offer here that wasn't quite right. Strange. You know, this is definitely the way it said to set it up, so let's make sure it moves. Let's make sure it all moves, and we'll go from there. So that right there is all the way up. Gets it out of the way pretty good. Can't complain about that. I like that. So with that nut on the other side, that seems to be a little short. Ends up being a problem in walking out, and I will go to the hardware store or wherever. I'll just get a longer one. Maybe it was a misstep in manufacturing. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know, but we're gonna run it now because I've been waiting long enough for this thing, and I really want to use this on some logs before it snows, and it's gonna snow soon. Had our first snow. I don't know about everywhere else in the country, but last week we had our first snow of the season. It melted the very next day, but it was, where I live, probably like an inch of snow. Covered everything. It's coming. Well, there you go. You saw how it was put on, the way I put it on, and you saw how it works on logs anyway. That's the thumb of bxpanded. Like I said, only that one little issue with the bolt, and it may not be an issue, it might just be me overthinking it, but I think it's going to work out good for what I want it for. Tractors, I think I've said in the past, the backhoe's a little underpowered, so you can't lift great deals of weight with it, have it out, but it should hold it up, keep the logs from getting dirty anyway. So that's the game with that. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video and weren't bored to tears, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like. Have a good night.